Hello, this is Dale Calvert. I'd like to welcome you to this week's MLM Minute. I was on a training call this morning, and a brand new distributor for that particular company said, you know, I got involved, got excited. I made a flyer that had my website, and I handed it out to about 100 people, and I'm following up, and a lot of these people says they haven't had time to go look at the website. And what do I do? How do I approach that, or how do I answer that? And the reality in this business is follow-up is more important than the initial contact. Follow-up is more important than the initial contact. So play one is you create the contact or you create a lead, and play two is you follow up. And when you follow up, a lot of times people have not watched the DVD or they have not been to the website yet. That's going to happen. Everybody's busy in life, so that's typical. So you have to know that is going to happen, that happens to everybody, and the key is, what do I do about it? How do I follow up? How do I handle that? So my reply was, when you follow up and they say, well, I haven't had a chance to watch the website yet, say, no problem, because that no problem is kind of deflates any tension that there is. Hey, no problem. When will you have a chance to watch it? Let me know when you'd like for me to follow up with you. And let's say, well, it's Friday. They say it's Friday on right now, so I'll watch it Saturday. Won't you just follow up Sunday night? So when you follow up Sunday night, as they ask you to, about half the people still will have not watched the DVD or seen your website or whatever your play one is. Listen to your audio if that's what you initially gave them. So you have to know that when you follow up. So I know when I follow up, half the people will still have not watched it yet. Half the people won't even pick up the phone when you try to call them back. So if they have seen it, it's just real simple. You know, great. Are you open for more information? Are you open for more information? That's always the same phrase every single time. And if they haven't, which is where people run into trouble, because they say, okay, well, I'll call you back Tuesday. They call back Tuesday, they still haven't watched it, listened, or heard. Then they call back Friday, and then they quit calling, and they know that you're going to quit calling. And as I've said many times, you know, the VCRs are full of VHS tapes, and the DVD players have DVDs laying on them from multiple companies that were never watched and never got followed up. So when I call, if I get an answer machine, or if I talk to the person and they say, yeah, I just still haven't had a chance, I say, listen, I understand. And let's say it's an answer machine. If it's an answer machine, I say, look, we set an appointment for me to follow up with you Sunday night, 6 o'clock. It's Sunday night at 6 o'clock. If I don't hear from you within the next 24 hours, I'm just going to go ahead and scratch you off my list for now. And that's the message. And it's the same message every time. If I talk to them and they say, yeah, Dale, I just haven't had a chance, we had soccer, we had this, I say, hey, no problem, but I don't have a lot of time right now. This thing is exploding, and are you still interested, or can I go ahead and scratch you off my list? So when you say scratch you off my list, anybody that's neutral comes to you. If I say, well, why haven't you watched it? You told me you were going to watch. All I'm doing is pushing them away, pushing them away, pushing them away. If I leave the voicemail and I say, hey, we had an appointment, 6 o'clock, it's 6 o'clock Sunday, if I don't hear from you within the next 24 hours, I'm going to go ahead and scratch you off my list. See, from a psychological standpoint, that always pulls people to you. People want that which they cannot have. So follow-up is more important than the initial contact. Understand, follow up. You follow up once. If they haven't done what you ask them to do, then you set an appointment. You follow up at that time, that appointed time. If they still haven't, then scratch them off your list. This is Dale Calvert. We'll see you next week on the MLM Minute.